You're listening to New England Real Estate Journal Radio with Rick Kaplan, New England's source for commercial real estate news. This is New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Welcome to the New England Real Estate Journal Radio Show. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we're coming to you live. Well, we're
recorded
live right now.
Yeah.
We're broadcasting from the Boston Harbor Hotel, and let's get ready. That's the event that we're at right now. It's Join the Movement Gala.
Right.
And we are out there. Well, we're not the only radio show that's going on here, but we're one of them.
We are one of them. You Are Business Network, one of our host stations, is here also live streaming this event as we speak.
That's right, the Lemonade Stand.
Right.
But we are going to meet some of the students that have been through the program and some of the people that put the whole organization.
Put it together, yeah.
And how some of the fundraising goes with this Let's Get Ready.
But let's start. Let's break down so people know what is Let's Get Ready.
Yeah, let's break down what is Let's Get Ready.
Right. Let's Get Ready provides low-income high school students with free SAT preparation, admissions counseling, other supportive services needed to gain access and to graduate from college. It's a nonprofit, and it's served over 17,000 high school students.
Where was all of this when my son was getting ready to go to school, huh? You know? I was dishing out money like it was going out of style.
And you put him in a bunch of debt, which is what most people do. No, but this is it's been around since...
Now, this we should mention again that this is for low-income families.
It is.
And some of the kids that go through this program are first-generation
college students.
Right. You know, it's not something that their families could ever afford, and a program like this helps them and prepares them
for what college life is going to be like. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a fantastic thing, and that's why you and I are big supporters of it.
That's right.
Making people comfortable and being successful.
That's right. We want them all to get ready to get involved in the
commercial real estate industry. I was thinking the same thing. They all going to be architects, engineers, or construction, or brokers, or lawyers.
Right.
As long as they're working on buildings, we'll help them as much as possible.
That's right. I mean, it's a good start for them anyway.
It is, definitely.
They might not stay in the commercial real estate industry, but they'll move on.
But they'll learn the tricks of being successful.
If they can make it in commercial real estate, they can make it anywhere.
Right. This is actually a beautiful venue too. They set it up really nice. They're going to do a silent auction to raise funds, and they say it costs about $500 to put one student through this preparation course, and they're taking donations and sponsorships. You can find them at letsgetready.org. That's all spelled out, one word.
Looking for my glasses to read
I know,
that.
right?
I don't have them on my head.
Yeah, it happens. So you're not even reading. That's why I'm doing all the reading, as you guys can see.
That's right. But yeah. You know, I want to mention today's show is brought to you by the city of Warwick, Rhode Island, New England Real Estate. New England Restaurant Brokers, and Nexsun Energy.
Nice. We'd like to thank our sponsors.
That's what
always, yeah. What about your new event? You also have an event coming up. Hopefully, you guys can all check us out.
November
come
19th in the city of Hartford, Connecticut, and a big shout out for the city of Hartford as our platinum sponsor for the event. That will be at the Hartford Hilton, November 19th. Cocktails and conversation.
Make sure
we'll have all the associations there again, and we'll. Obviously, you know, everyone loves our cocktails and conversation.
You can always see
have a big crowd again.
Yeah, right. And you can see all the videos that we do on our YouTube channel at NERE Journal, and check out some of the interviews we did at Rhode Island. And stay tuned in December; you'll see all the videos we do in Hartford.
And we also have Portsmouth. Some of the past events that we have put on. Portsmouth, downtown Boston. We have another. Boston will be coming.
Back in January.
In January.
Right.
Towards the end of January, we'll be having another Cocktails and Conversations.
That one will be our second annual Boston Cocktails.
Second
annual. Hey, we're doing some big things, Rick.
They are.
And you can always watch us, our weekly radio show as well, through our YouTube channel, so you guys can get to see how much fun we have behind the mic, this time live in images.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because we were listening to... I'm not going to mention a name. We were listening to another commercial real estate show.
Yeah,
it's from the South, and they were talking to, they had a guest on. The show was so monotone and boring.
Yeah.
Our show was lively.
I think it has
getting things,
yeah, it may have to do with who we are as people, though. We're very outgoing, lively people, love to crack jokes.
Yeah, so you might not, when people come on our show, they might not be the one that you're going to sit and, if you want to sit and listen to someone just talk about what they do or what's going on, and you can go to a webinar for that.
Right.
We're just bringing a little more interesting topic and a little more conversation.
Right. Well, we treat our radio show much like a networking event. We sit down with you. We talk about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be about your business. It's a little bit about you. It's a little bit about what you do. And it's a little bit how you got there. We try to mix it up and keep it entertaining for ourselves as much as our listeners.
I just wanted to give ourselves a little pat in the back.
That wasn't a little pat, Rick. That was a large two-handed pat to the back. But I agree with you. You should do that more often, especially on my back.
But then, that show was on 11 states. It's on 11 different states.
Yeah.
Our show is not. We have more listeners.
More viewers.
More viewers, at least, on our YouTube.
Well, I think we are very fortunate that we are in the commercial real estate hotbed of New England and New York. So that kind of plays a factor. Plus, we're two very likable guys, and people tend to know who we are. As I said, we're the lighthearted, but yet still get down to the nitty gritty and explain what people do.
That's true, and we've been doing the show for about 2 years.
Yeah, we're about to celebrate our second year here.
As a matter of fact, someone said the other day, Eric, how come you're finishing all of Rick's
all of Rick's sentences? Just like I just did there?
Right.
Yeah, that's tend to happen.
Maybe because I can't always finish my sentences.
Or we're like the odd couple, Walter Matthau and Jack
right.
Lemmon. You're obviously Jack Lemmon.
Yeah. Just because I have a messy desk.
Exactly. But, we're looking forward. Let's get ready. We're excited. I'm really excited to find out more about this program from the people who are actually part of it.
We're going to have some guests on. We're going to have some students on. We're going to do some interviews with them, and we're going to find out what they have accomplished.
Right.
And what the organization is working towards in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
The next level in commercial real estate. This is New England Real Estate Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com. Rick Kaplan on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we have sitting right next to us Catherine NEREJ. She is a member of the Board of Directors for Let's Get Ready, also on the chair of the New England Advisory Board. Good evening, Catherine.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, right.
This looks like a great event, a great foundation. And it looks like there's a lot of people attending the event as well.
It's a great night for Let's Get Ready. We're so excited to be here tonight. We're looking to raise $250,000 to support our programs here in New England.
Wow.
Just from tonight?
Just from tonight, yes.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's quite a bit.
That's lofty goals, but I hope we're going to make it.
So far, I only saw a lot of college students coming in, so,
You've probably seen so many of our dedicated students and college volunteers who are here tonight. We're just prior to the beginning of the event, so you'll see our benefactors following very shortly.
Because I was wondering if it's just the benefactors, these college kids, they graduate from going through the Let's Get Ready program, and then now they're benefactors for this event,
Yeah, right.
You know what? That's our biggest dream, is that the high school students that we serve, which are the underserved of New England, will not only graduate from high school, but will go to college. They will graduate from college, and they will lead very successful lives someday. And the best thing that happens is when they turn into benefactors of Let's Get Ready.
Yeah,
now,
right.
This is the second annual.
This is the fourth annual here in New England, yes.
Oh.
Okay. How long has Let's Been Getting Ready been an organization? How long has it been in existence?
Let's Get Ready was actually formed in 2006.
Oh, wow.
It was formed by Jeannie Lang, who was a Harvard student at the time, who on her summer break in Westchester County decided to put together a program to tutor underserved students in the SATs.
Wow.
To make a very long story short, we now have served over 20,000 students.
Wow.
We'll serve 1,700 in New England alone this year.
Wow. That's huge.
Why did I have to pay all that money for my son's college then? I keep asking that same question.
It's a terrific program. This is a program that is free to our high school students.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why our model works so well is we pair high-achieving college students with our high school students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and these college students teach them how to take the SATs. We will soon be expanding to also teach them how to take the ACTs.
Okay.
We help them with the process of getting into and through college.
So you give them all the tools they'll need to go through the process of getting
into college.
So you help them with the application process?
We help them fill out the applications. We help them write their essays. We bring people in, admissions counselors often volunteer to come and speak to our students. They're so impressed with the abilities of our students to give them some pointers how to go down this road that most of them are the first in their families to ever go down this road. So they don't have somebody at home cheering them on and pushing them on, as my children would tell you that I pushed them. Maybe your parents pushed you. When you're the first in the family and no one else has been through it before, a lot of these kids are on their own or trying to figure it out on their own.
Now, do you continue on with that process once they're in school?
Yes, we do. We've actually started, in the last couple of years, we've transitioned such that we help these kids actually transition from high school to college. And then once they're in college, we now have programs in place where we work with the universities that these kids attend to make sure that they know to reach out to the services that are available to them.
Now, if you go to, say, if a student uses your program, do they get to choose any university they want?
Absolutely.
So there's no accredited that they have to go to?
Right, and that's one of the things we do as well, is we help these students figure out which college is the right college for them. We take them on tours of colleges. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, and like any kid, they can see the difference between a big university and a small one, an urban one, and a rural one, the gamut.
Yeah, now, what about a lot of kids, they don't know really what they want to do. And when they go
do you
to
help
school.
them figure out?
Do you help them with that decision?
We don't tell the kids what they ought to major in, no.
No, I understand. But,
guidance counselors.
But you know what, we do have our coaches who do this are trained to maybe help the kid who wants to major in art history or biology, kind of maybe how do you navigate that path and what are some of the practicalities. But we are not going to tell a student.
Right, so you'll give them the direction to
or
go
options
in of something that they have a real interest in.
Yes, yes.
That's cool.
Which is great. Because
this is a great program.
That's an issue for whether it's low income or it's
any income,
wealthy family. I mean,
that's a tough college decision.
That they want to go into college is always tough.
That's really cool.
But
and what about the financial aid process? Do you help them through all that stuff and how they can get grants or?
We cannot provide the financial aid, but we.
I just meant like the paperwork.
Put on programs, to help them fill out the paperwork, to how to apply for the paperwork. The number is somewhere around 40% of families in the United States fill out the FAFSA form, which is.
I should know the name of it. I filled it out many times.
Exactly. Which is required in order for any student to receive financial aid. The number one reason why students lose their financial aid the second year is the families don't fill out that form. So we help the families to do that. And we provide workshops where the families can come in and meet with volunteers who will help them fill out that form.
Have you had siblings that you've worked with say one student?
We've actually had siblings. Yes, we have.
That's really cool.
Yes, we have.
So it's for the whole family.
Well, I was saying one person goes through it and they had such a great success that they would say, hey, let me help. Why don't you use this program instead of me trying to walk you through it?
Right. And we truly believe that when you help a student go to college, you not only change the life of that student, but you change the life of the family.
Right. And we're just talking here in New England. How big is LGR?
right now operate from Philadelphia to Maine.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't generally talk about things like this on our show because we deal in commercial real estate. So hopefully a lot of the kids that come for guidance, you're going to direct them into the commercial real estate industry.
Okay.
Just throw an option out there. We're not saying tell them, but lean them toward that way.
You know, just one of the things that we do each semester with the kids, or once during each program, is we offer a series of career programs where we get professionals from throughout the communities, and especially here in Boston, where we've got such a diverse business base. Yeah. People come in and talk about what they do, and so many of these kids walk away and say, "Wow!" I'll never forget. One girl came to me. She goes, "I want to be a financial planner. I never even heard of a financial planner until tonight, but that's what I'm going to be."
That's great stuff. Well, if you ever need a guest who wants to talk about radio shows, you got us. We'll come in and tell you.
You know what? That and commercial real estate.
Yeah, you may have
recommend it to anyone to go into radio right now, but
right. But if they want to find out how to
commercial real estate,
exactly.
That's the direction.
But this is such a great program. We're really excited that you guys invited us here.
Well, thank you for being here. We're very excited about tonight. We're looking for a very successful evening.
Nice, and we don't want to keep you too long. We know you have a lot of work to do, but we appreciate you coming on, Catherine.
So we want you to get back to the crowds that they're looking for.
Well, you got to get that fundraising going.
So we were talking with Catherine NEREJ. She is a member of the board of directors for Let's Get Ready and a chair of the New England Advisory Board. Thank you again, Catherine.
Thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic.
We're at the Let's Get Ready Gala here. Actually, it's the Join the Movement Gala that Let's Get Ready is
4th annual.
And we have sitting right next to us is the National Director of College Success, Carlos Velasquez.
Perfect.
Was it good?
It was great.
You know, I'm not very good with last names. So
why don't you tell us what that initiative is the College Success, or what does the Director of College Success do?
Definitely. So Let's Get Ready has been helping students get through the SATs and helping them get to college. So we've decided that it's important also to get them through college. We have a lot of our students who are getting to campus and need to identify the resources they need and need to be kind of pushed along the way to make sure that they're not just graduating from college, but graduating from college and getting ready to get into the workforce and are being able to deal with some of the issues that might come up while they're in college. So Let's Get Ready has built these strong bonds, and we just don't want to let them go once they get to college, and we wanted to make it a very constructive and deliberate effort to make sure our students are successful all the way through college.
And now, did this come about when you, through the work of the first 6 years, and then realized that, hey, maybe we should stick around because this is? Do people reach out to you and ask you, we still need help once we're in?
Definitely. Let's Get Ready has done a great job with staying in contact with students. We find that our program, it builds those relationships using those college coaches, and the students get close to them, and they continue that effort to help them along the way. So we decided, well, you know what, students keep coming back, they're not getting all the resources they need, we're really good at SAT prep, we're really good at college access, let's take it to the next level and let's really get them all the way through.
So
he should be the spokesperson. He is really good at this.
Yeah.
Now I know why he's the National Director of College Success.
But you know, you're working directly with Let's Get Ready.
Yes, I am. I work for Let's Get Ready. So
this is part of Let's Get Ready.
Yeah, so this is our new initiative. So Let's Get Ready has done the SAT prep and the college access, and it's like, that's not enough. We really want to make sure our students are successful, so we're going to stick with them through college and give them all the resources and all the support they need to graduate, feel good about what they're doing, and make sure they know what they're doing.
So that sounds like it's more than just a volunteer's position to do all those things for students.
Yes, we're using the same model in a lot of ways by getting site directors and volunteer coaches on those campuses who are Let's Get Ready alums to help our freshmen get through. But we're also, getting at them through Facebook, getting with them through different technology platforms to just keep them informed and say, hey, it's October, are you ready for midterms? Hey, it's November's coming, what's going on for finals? What are you doing for break? And making sure that they know that there's someone on the other side that's there being a cheerleader, but also a resource. So whatever they need, whether it's I have questions about my financial aid, or I'm really having a difficult time being away from home, we have people that are going to be there for you and be there to support you.
So it sounds more like they're counselors.
Exactly. So it's it's kind of a one-stop shop of you need it, we have it, and we're willing to give it to you.
It's kind of like the big brother for success.
Exactly.
Like
I like that, the big brother for success.
It's kind of like that. You're reaching out to someone who just went through that.
Next week, that's going to be their slogan.
I'm a slogan machine. I mean, that's what I get paid the big bucks for, Rick. But this sounds like a really successful program. And then when did this initiative start?
So the initiative started early last year with a very small pilot program, but this year we've been very fortunate to receive a pretty large grant to support our program, and we're going full force. So I'm up in New York, we have a college success director down here for our New England region, and we're going full steam ahead, getting some colleges on board to support students who are on those campuses. So starting some mentoring programs and really just reaching out to our students and letting them know, hey, we're still here, we're not going anywhere. As long as you need us, we're here for you.
Wow. I love this. I love Carlos. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna join this program. I think
you should. You could come volunteer. We have a lot of students who want to do radio, so
nice.
that's one of the things we want to do. So
right.
we want to connect students with.
So you think they could teach Eric something?
They'll probably walk me through more of that stuff than I can.
They can help you with your last names. I don't know.
Yes,
we could all work with each other.
I like it. It's all about the partnerships here.
Exactly.
I like this.
Give and take.
So if someone is in college, basically you're taking them over from that point. Let's Get Ready sort of gets them ready for the college.
And then they come to your part of the initiative.
So, we're even doing a step before that, making sure they get into college the right way, because you'd be surprised the number of students who get into college, but because they didn't fill out a form, because they didn't get a financial aid form in on time, because they didn't pick the right dorm, it prevents them from starting on time. So we're going to help them transition to college. So, hey, it's January. Have you filled out your FAFSA? It's February. You decide what school you're going to get into. Do you send your deposit? So really help them transition to college. So getting them there, and then once they're there, really taking over.
And what year is it they start? Is this like junior year in high school, or do they start sophomore year? Do you get a freshman? I mean, how early do you start with this program?
So the majority of the students who participate in the SAT College Access Program are college seniors.
Right, okay.
I'm high school seniors.
Right.
So that's the majority of our students. But we have some students who start their junior year. So what we're going to do is with those juniors, making sure that, what schools are you looking at? Can you afford that school? What are your grades? To make sure it's a good match. Because some students get into colleges, but they can't afford it, or it's a little, it doesn't have the resources that they need to be successful. So we really want to look at it. It's like, we just don't want you to go to any college because we want you to go to college. We want you to go to the college that you're going to be the most successful at.
I know I have a son that's in college, and I don't know who preps them for the partying issue of college, because that's something that is an issue, really.
And that's what's great about what we're doing. It's not, college, I always tell my students, college is not from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. because you did that before. You've taken tests, you've written a paper, you've spoken to teachers. It's from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. What are you doing? What are the things that the time management? How are you operating on that campus? How are you building a network? So we're going to talk to them about partying, about building social capital, about networking, about everything they need outside the classroom. The classroom stuff is important. That's the meat and potatoes, but what you need in life is a lot of the stuff that goes out outside of the classroom. So we want to put that all together to make sure we're creating a holistic student, not just a super smart kid, not a kid who's just super social, but someone who can marry the two and really be successful in life.
Are we gonna hire this guy right now? I mean, he needs to be my introduction to all of our radio shows. I love this guy. I don't know what to do. That was amazing, just how you said that.
So Carlos, is part of your job recruiting people? Because I think you just recruited Eric.
I mean, listen, he's teaching kids how to be, not just how to handle college, but handle life in general. You're 19. That's the biggest thing you were saying with the partying is they don't make those decisions.
That's a big issue with college kids, because college kids go into college thinking, especially the first year, that all of a sudden they're free.
Yes, exactly. That's the hardest thing. How do you transition
and
to
then
that?
Do anything for school.
Right. And you go from one school where it's structured this way, and now you're in college life, and homework's really more on you. Not as much as your teachers aren't checking it. They need you to make sure you're doing it if you're writing your essays. That's amazing stuff.
Thanks. What I love about the young people is that different from adults, they're very loyal at this age. And it's just like, if they believe in you and they know you believe in them, they're willing to do whatever you want them to do. And when it's I want you to do this because I want you to be successful, half of the war is already taken care of. So it's really about, building those relationships and letting them understand, it's like, you might mess up, but we're here for you. But we're going to help you through it, but we're going to be real with you also. We're not just going to say, hey, it's okay. No, it's not okay, but this is how you bounce back from that.
It's just not the fluff. Sometimes you get the peanut butter.
Coming in here, I knew a little about this program from just what I read.
Right.
And as we talk to more and more, I'm liking it more and more.
That's great.
This is an amazing program.
There's so many more things that are coming out about
Then
what
then when we just researched
does.
the website, like this is some stuff that this is really
I
good
think it's
stuff.
great, yeah.
I did too. We really appreciate you coming on, Carlos.
appreciate
We wish
you having us.
all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
And we're gonna have to connect on Facebook.
Definitely.
And we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
New England Real Estate Journal Radio.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we have sitting right next to us the one and only Richard Jimenez. He is the site director for the Let's Get Ready for Brown University.
Actually, nowadays I don't site direct anymore, but back in my college years, which was a year ago.
Congratulations for graduating.
Thank you. I just like saying that,
Yeah, right.
But, when I was in school, I site directed 2 different sites. One of them was the Providence site because I was a Brown student.
Right.
So, I got involved up here, and, it was a great experience. So that's what brings me here today.
Nice.
So what did you, when you graduated Brown, what did you major in?
History.
History.
History,
So
wow.
that's coming in handy now.
Yeah, I'm remembering everything, all of my own history.
All the
it.
history.
And now I know how to do it.
Were you a volunteer while you were at Brown for this program? Or just a site director?
I was a site director, right?
And what does a site director do?
So the site director is essentially in charge of the particular program. The way Let's Get Ready is structured is we have dozens of programs across the Northeast, across New England, and each site is a semester long, and we do our own recruitment and our own staff maintenance. So we keep track of the students and the volunteers. So the site director is the one that's in charge, essentially the head honcho on the ground.
Oh, so you're coordinating between the volunteers and the students, and
Nice.
also recruiting on those volunteers.
Right.
Wow.
So we're doing everything that has to be done on the ground.
That's a pretty hefty job for
Yeah.
a college student.
Right.
I gotta
And-
say, it was, in retrospect, it didn't seem so bad, but in the moment, especially when things were needing to be handled,
Yeah.
you could feel like your collar get a little tight and things get a little sweaty, but when you're in charge of the program, you just have to be on top of it. So it was such a great experience to have to be on top of things.
And how did you get that? Like, how did you become the site director? Were you already a volunteer before that, or just?
Well, even before that, I was actually a student for Let's Get Ready.
Really, you were a student in this process. Then you became a site director when you went to
Right.
school.
So
Wow.
back, 5 years now?
Okay.
5 years ago, I was a high school student looking to get SAT prep assistance because I didn't have a lick of any prep.
Okay.
And my sister actually got the site director position. So she recruited me into the program, which wasn't hard for her to do.
Right.
And I figured, why not? And it turns out that through the program, I got so many things done. It was only 8 weeks.
Okay.
But I increased my SAT scores. I nailed my college essay. I banged out a list of schools that I was going to apply to the following fall. And just like the relationship with the coaches and the different students, it really got me into the
But
program.
this is probably looks unbelievable on your resume as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great experience to be with Let's Get Ready because after being a student, before being a site director, I was a volunteer. I was a coach. So I was on the other side of the table as far as the classroom is concerned.
Yeah.
Right? I was helping those students get those better scores, nail those college essays, bang out those lists of colleges that they want to go to. And, it was, I've said it enough, but, it's a great experience to really be able to influence someone like that.
So now you're out of school, you graduated Brown, and now you're working with the Let's Get Ready program.
Well, right now I'm looking for a permanent job, but in the meantime, I'm helping Let's Get Ready as someone out of college, someone who can help them advance the mission. So in New York, for example, which is where I'm based, helping Let's Get Ready really bring together a community of young professionals who can support it and advocate for the program among their peers. And just little things like that, like word of mouth, having events with such young professionals would allow like that base of influence, that institution to grow,
right,
and trickle down into the support.
So you're volunteering right now with Let's Get Ready. What kind of position are you looking for as a career?
So I've done a lot of nonprofit work. I've worked in...
Well, we do too. We've been on that radio show for...
I don't work for a non-profit. I work for not-profit.
I guess I'm on the same boat now.
Yeah, right?
But, I've worked with different organizations and, things like community involvement and social justice work.
Nice.
And I really want to find something along those lines that will, get me like running programs like Let's Get Ready did with the site directing and get me involved with communities. So different things I've done have been like financial literacy, which is in short words like helping people understand how to build their credit, get a checking account, build their savings, things like that.
All extremely important stuff that I don't think that a lot of people are taught enough of.
You know what? It's not taught enough, like you said. Like, there are a lot of people that graduate high school not knowing how to write a check, balance the checkbook. Not understanding that.
Well, then it's going to get worse because now everything is done online. So people don't really have to balance checkbooks because they can look at it hourly.
Right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, now let me ask you a question. Now your sister got you involved. Mm-hmm. Now, what if there's a young person happens to see our show on YouTube, happens to hear our show on AM radio, and doesn't know where to reach out to get, help that they need? They may be shy or whatever. What's maybe a tip that you would give them to say, hey, this is where you want to do, where you want to reach out to?
So you're talking about a high school student?
Yeah, a high school student who may not be, outgoing enough and may be introverted and be like, I really need this help, but I don't know who to ask. I don't know where to go. How do you find these kids?
Yeah, the way we would do it on the ground is in the particular area we worked in, and mine being Providence and also a site in New York when I worked there. We would go into the classrooms and really try to get that kid who was not going to do it on their own to join and just say, you know what, there are a lot of people in this program like that are my age, college student age, and they've done this kind of process to apply to colleges, not too long ago. And the problems that you're having now, that you're facing with, finding help and looking where to go next, they've gone through that process. So you should be a part of our team and, get the help that we offer and, try to break out of like your shell in a different kind of way that you haven't explored. Because a lot of students, I would say when you're in high school, it seems like the most natural thing to do is either get help from your teachers or guidance counselors or, seek out a family member.
Right.
But in a lot of cases, sometimes like there's not a connection built with a guidance counselor or teacher, and they have family members that haven't been through such a process.
Right.
So that's where we come in. So it's just, really trying to open it up and tell them, we're, just, even if you don't know if you want to do it, just sign up. We'll give you a call. And we try to talk them into it. And
I think you did a great job.
Very, very well spoken and very well educated on the subject of this LGR.
Mm-hmm. You're showing your Brown University.
Yeah, education, and we really very impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
We were talking with Richard Jimenez.
Jimenez. The J is an H sounding.
I was telling you, I have a friend. His name is Jimenez.
Jimenez.
I'm not hard on people because the J is a tricky letter, but
it's actually an H. It's Jimenez.
Spanish. And then the H isn't there,
Exactly.
Gloss right over it.
Rick messes up a lot of names to begin with, Richard, so this isn't anything new. But we really appreciate you coming on.
But Richard
definitely.
Jimenez is a site director for...
Well, was a site director. Now he's a volunteer.
For Let's Get Ready.
Always giving back.
Definitely. And
thanks again, man.
Pleasure meeting both of you.
All right, you too. He's going to hook it up, and we'll be right back.
Rick Kaplan is right here on the Money Matters Radio Network.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we have sitting right next to us is Nakia Navarro. She is the New England Did I
You
say
said
right?
it very sexy. I like it.
Oh,
I like it.
nice.
I'm kind of a sexy guy.
I mean,
Whoa.
you know, what
This
do you want?
just got
What do you
way
want?
off topic,
Here we
Rick.
go. Let's focus, people. Real Estate Journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Nakia is the regional director for Let's Get Ready.
Here we go.
And you
Here
put
we
this
go.
event on right here tonight.
Yes, sir.
And what does it take to put on a big event like this?
A lot of wine. A lot of energy, right, and a lot of commitment to the mission. I'm sure you guys have spoken to our students and
Yes.
volunteers tonight.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Very impressive, I must
very
say.
impressive.
They're impressive, and they're amazing. And so we started this event when I first got here to bring in some general operating dollars for the organization, and basically it helps us to start new sites throughout the region, and our region is 5 states.
Do you run this event only here in Boston, or you guys?
We run it only here in Boston, and we bring in all of our amazing people from New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine,
Man, they all come down.
Rhode
Nice.
Island, so
Wow.
up en masse.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, it's what happens when you have an open bar, good food and jazz.
Oh, wait, you didn't tell me that earlier. Eric.
Yeah, I wanted you to focus on the radio show first, and then
Yeah.
we'll celebrate.
Yeah.
We would have wrapped this up a long
I
time
see
ago.
how this relationship works.
Yeah, this show would have been much faster had we known it was
So
open
he's
bar.
the husband and you're the wife.
Wow, Nakia, she's off the show. This thing got cut, redo it. No, it's probably more true. That's
I
probably
love
true.
it. I love it.
He is. He's the guy who runs the show.
That's right.
I love
And
it.
I just do what I do. So,
You're the pretty guy.
yes, right? I'm the pretty face. I'm the arm candy.
Oh, I love it. Wait. I thought I was. I
Well,
thought we
you're
were taking this
definitely
thing on the
arm
show.
candy.
Here we go.
You've just added way more views than we're used to.
Oh, I love it.
I will say, so you put this big event on.
Yep.
How many months goes into planning this?
Dude, as soon as we end tonight, we start the next day.
Wow.
We try to find our honoree, someone who's as prominent as Eastern Bank. I mean, they are just amazing partners. They brought in over $50,000 for the organization. So that's what we're looking for in an honoree, someone who is committed to education as well as investing that type of, making that type of investment
Right.
in what we're trying to do. That takes time. That's a lot of meetings, a lot of coffee.
Right,
you
yeah.
know.
Imagine.
But that's what it takes whenever you're putting on any type of fundraising.
Absolutely.
And then who is tonight's honorary speaker?
Rich Holbrook.
Rich Holbrook,
who's
Eastern
the
Bank?
CEO of Eastern Bank, Massachusetts boy. Didn't even think he was going to college. Ended up at Yale.
Oh, well, that's a good turnaround. I don't know if I'm going to go to school, but if I do, it's going to be Ivy League. I swear.
Exactly.
Right.
And actually, he was a science major,
I already like him.
and all of a sudden got
So-
into banking. So that's crazy.
Well,
but
that
he's
is.
so
That makes
committed
sense.
to education, and so it was a perfect fit.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So again, it takes about a year to pull this thing off.
And we're excited to go check it out. And thank you for coming over and talking to us.
My pleasure,
We
sir.
don't want to keep you too long. We know you're running the whole event.
Hey,
so
thanks so
Yes.
much.
no problem.
Hey, slice of
Everyone's
heaven.
looking forward to seeing you out.
I thought they were looking forward to my outfit.
Your outfit is fantastic.
All right, well,
they
I
go
came to
well
play.
They
You
complement
did.
each
I
other.
Yeah.
came to play. Can I pay you guys for this compliments? I
Nope, these are free
geez,
because you
laying
earned them
on
when you
thick.
walked in.
Wait a second. I'd like to get paid.
Rick always trying to get money.
Look
The
at
whll
this
show.
guy.
I think the whole
It's a
show he's talked about how he gets paid.
organization.
Well, I didn't
Right.
offer. You offered.
You're supposed to say,
You
we're
guys do a
happy to
great
donate.
job.
Yeah, we do.
And the more we've learned about this, we didn't know a lot coming in.
Yeah.
But
we
we
guys
are
have knocked out. Yeah,
Very
impressed.
impressed.
Knocked off
Absolutely.
our,
We have a 92% enrollment rate, 70% completion rate, and our kids are low income first generation. So it's really, really changing that cycle of poverty to end poverty in these communities that we're serving.
fantastic stuff. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
coming on,
Good
Nakia.
times.
Nakia.
Hey, thanks.
That was Nakia Navarro, the New England Regional Director for Let's Get Ready.
Thank you, guys.
Nice. Thank you.
We have sitting right next to us, Gilberto Silva. Did I say that all right?
Yes, you did, sir.
I give it a little
Yeah, you gave
Spanish
it.
accent?
Yeah, you gave it a little. Yeah, look at you. Oh, he's brutal.
He's the student ambassador. Now, what's a student ambassador?
Well, pretty much the ambassador program was a program ran by Let's Get Ready during the summer. So we got to meet like college counselors and college admissions people, and basically we learned how the college process works, what the college wants, what should we show them, and besides that, we were doing like a leadership program. So we kind of like learned how is it to be a leader, what are the characteristics that defines a leader. Along with that, we did a week-long internship at Digitas LBI at Boston, downtown Boston. So we had to come up with a advertising program that fits the problem that they had, the fictional problem. So it was great. It was great. So you kind of like get the sense, how is it out there in the real world?
I love how you threw that in quotations, the real world, as if we're not living in that fake stuff out there. That's great.
No, you are. We are not. I mean, so far.
Yeah, right.
Kind of. So, yeah, that's basically it. And as a student ambassador, I am basically a student that I am a part of that program, or at least was.
So you're a high school student right now?
Yes, sir.
Senior?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. In what high school?
Brockton High School.
What do you say?
Brockton High School.
Brockton?
Yeah.
No way, my favorite. I love Brockton. I go through Brockton all the time.
Yeah, I live in Holbrook.
Yeah, I play disc golf in Easton. Constantly going through there.
I wish we played Easton, but we don't. We play like a bunch of high schools, but not the closest one, like Randolph, Holbrook.
Right.
We don't play them. I don't know why.
Because you're so big.
Yeah.
And they're so small.
So, it goes by size.
Oh, yeah. But so what is the ambassador program? How long is it?
It's like pretty much 2 months long, once a week.
Okay.
It's once a week. It was every Tuesday from 4 to 6.
Okay.
And then for the leadership program, it was a week long. So every day from Monday to Friday, 8 to 3.
Okay.
At Digitas.
Fantastic. And how did you get involved with this ambassador program? Like, did somebody talk to you about it?
At first, I learned about Let's Get Ready through my guidance counselor.
Okay.
So she told me, there's this organization. They do this SAT prep. It's free. It's at Stonehill, so it's close to Brockton High. You can go there. It's definitely going to help you taking the SATs. It was like 2 months before the SATs, the May one. And I went to the program. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it because I was doing volleyball, so I had practices on the same day. And it was kind of like on the same time. LGR was from 4 to 6. Practice was from 3 to 5:30. So I actually couldn't do it. But then I took the SATs, and then after, I got an email from John. He said, we usually run this program every summer. It's this, and that. Would you like to do it? You have to fill out this application. I did it, and I got in.
Fantastic. So you couldn't do it during the season, but you were able to accomplish it in the following summer.
Yes, sir.
And now, did this help you with your SATs?
It did.
Am I stealing all your questions,
Well,
Rick?
yeah, because
it looks like you're looking at me like I'm stealing all your questions.
You started with all the the things that they offered for students,
Right.
And then you worked your way into being an ambassador. And the ambassador was basically, your ambassadorship is like representing to the high school students that you go to school with?
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm sitting here next to you guys.
Right.
You want us to go to school?
No, we could use it.
I'm here representing the students that went to the ambassadors program.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Very good. Very good. We
appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on too and explaining to us a little bit about this. Now, have you picked out your school that you're going to go to for college?
My dream school would be Wentworth.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they have the specific major I want to do, and it's not a very common one, which is electromechanical engineering. It's like combined. We usually find electrical and mechanical. We don't have them combined. It's unusual. So they have it. Unfortunately, they have boys volleyball, which is also uncommon. I don't know why. I don't know if Americans don't like to play volleyball or what, although they have a good national team, but
right.
Well, there's a lot of female volleyball teams.
Yeah, like pretty much all the colleges have females volleyball.
Yeah,
but Wentworth has a male?
Yes.
So you're into this volleyball.
Huh?
You're really into volleyball.
Yeah, and soccer.
Nice.
I was at a volleyball. I went last week at
Stonehill College. You went to the volleyball.
Yeah. They don't have it boys volleyball. I mean, they say they have like club, but I want to play like the real thing, like compete with other colleges and stuff.
Well, good luck, and we hope you get into Wentworth. And good luck in the volleyball season upcoming. And thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it, Gilberto.
Gilberto Silva. He's the student ambassador for
Let's Get Ready. All right.
And we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
It's New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we come to a close of a great show.
Great show. A lot of information. Too much for me most of the time, but that was awesome stuff.
Good stuff, too.
It was.
I love to hear about all these success stories and all these things that kids are getting involved in. There's hope for our future yet.
There is, Rick. A lot of hope.
But we have some things that we have to talk about on
before
the
before the show gets over.
But we have something coming up.
October 14th, the NEMA Conference and Expo is going on. Check it out over in Norwood, 4 Points. October 28th through the 30th is going to be the ABX show. You can find us. We'll be there as well at our booth. We'll be doing a radio show. I'm doing a little conference talk on Twitter. And
but then you have November 13th is the IREM.
Yeah, the IREM Award show. We're going to be make sure you check that out, iremboston.org. There's still seats available. And November 19th,
Hartford, the Hilton Hartford, Connecticut. We'll be having another Cocktails and Conversations. Tickets are on sale right now.
Yep.
You can go to, just email us at radio@nerej, and we can forward you the link.
Yeah.
Or I think if you get our newsletter, a daily newsletter, you'll probably see that in there every once in a while. And you just click on that and go right to the Eventbrite and sign up.
And make sure we'll see you there in Hartford.
And we're looking forward to seeing everyone there in Hartford. And Eric, I think this deal is done.